Okay, so this is our starting level. The last time I saw her was in September. So it's been quite a while, but I'm showing you what I'm doing here with the sectioning and the parting. So in order to do these foils fast, you have to make sure that your sectioning is on point. You know where you're going, you know what's happening next. So what I like to do here is I like to do 3 foils back to back. So I do 1 in the center, 3 in the center, and then do 3 in the side, on the right and the left. And this gives them some really high impact when they pull their hair back. So that way they're getting extremely high lift when they pull their hair back in a ponytail. It's important to note that when you're going around the shape of the head, it's really hard to keep that foil so tight and so close when you're laying that foil down. This is why I'm using the shape of her head to really get in there and to lay that foil down. So you'll see how I'm doing that. So I'm doing 3 foils back to back right here so I can get really close to the nape of her neck. So when I'm laying these foils down, one thing you need to make sure is that you can see through the hair. You need to be able to read a newspaper or a book or something. You need to see through it. That way you know you're going to be able to get really good bright saturation and bright light blonde. Because if you bring down too much hair, you're definitely not going to be able to get that brightness that you want. so now I'm dropping these sections. And so what we're going to be doing now is we're going to start to bricklay. So now that you see that the three, and three is done, I'm now going to take my pieces and go right into the middle of these sections. And I'm going to leave a little bit of hair out, and I'm taking slices all the way up to get maximum coverage. And I'm going to work my way up doing a bricklay pattern. So here I'm showing you how I fold my foils. So you're going to make sure that when you're foiling really fast, you really just want to get in there and just make sure that you have enough band underneath that foil to tighten that little spot right there, right up underneath, so you don't get any type of bleeding. And one of the main things that you want to do and you want to make sure is that you are not folding the foils in, you're just leaving them straight and flat. So in this section at the top of her crown, we're doing horizontal sections. When you're going through and you're getting maximum coverage, and especially when you're trying to foil fast, you need to do slices all the way through, and you need to make sure that you're taking clean areas, clean sectioning. So I'm doing horizontal to get maximum coverage here at her crown. And it's important to note again that I'm not bending the foils, I'm not closing the foils, I'm not doing any of that. So this is the front section here. So this is what we're gonna leave off for her bangs. And the reason why I did this, so that way a triangle, like what it does, it breaks it up. So that way she pulls her hair to the side, she pulls it to the front, and she pulls it in the middle. Wherever she goes, she's still gonna have a lot of brightness there. So that's why we're sectioning it off here. This is gonna be even to where this is, and it's gonna be horizontal. And I'm gonna go up doing a diagonal back all the way up here. So then here, what I'm gonna do is, because we're gonna go around her hairline, I'm gonna go through and do slicing right around here on her hairline. And I'm taking fine sections so that way I can see through it and it will actually lift without having to sit on her hair that long. So I'm literally just gonna go in there and hit her root where her new growth is. And then I'm just gonna kind of feather that color down to her ends because we wanna protect that hair as much as possible around her hairline. And I'm gonna do 3 of these back to back so that way she's really good and bright. And again, I'm not folding these foils. I'm just gonna stack them on top of each other and just make sure that I have it super tight.
Are these termites or not? We've got to find out.
This is our third one. So then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start bricklaying. So that way she's got coverage around her hairline. So that way, so here and here is connected. So that way I'm just doing a small width of hair. I'm not doing too much because you don't want to have too much hair and it's not going to get enough coverage and she's going to look super rooty right here at the front. So that's why we have to bricklay this section so that way we can get good coverage everywhere. So I'm going to do 3 foils there, and then I'm going to do 2 foils here on this bricklay to get her good and bright. Okay, so now that I've done this, now I'm going to start going horizontal. So now this is the hair that I'm working with, and so I'm going to do horizontal slices like this. And I'm going to go in and just do slicing all the way through. And I'm going to work my way all the way up to this section with horizontal. And again, just tuck that little piece for a good foundation, and then I'm just going to continue to go horizontal. Because what's happening when you're folding these pieces right here on this foil is you're wasting time because you're working on trying to get every little piece folded just right. So you just keep working your way up, and this is going to be high coverage, so you don't have to worry about every little hair. And it's going to look like you literally did 2,400 foils. Not literally, but you know, close enough. So again, I'm just going horizontal in this section for high coverage. And again, you can see through the hair. So that way you're lifting and you don't have to worry about her turning brassy or orange or anything like that because you're taking thin enough slices and thin enough pieces that you can see through it, and it's going to lift from the top and the bottom. So you have even saturation. So we got this section left. We're gonna do horizontal. So we're gonna go right here around her hairline. I'm gonna do a fine section so we can see through it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend my foil like this.
Let me see the back of it. Let me see on the next one how you bend it back.
I'm gonna apply my lightener here. And so I'm gonna grab this front piece and I'm really just gonna lay it on top. That way I can actually have some, and I'm gonna place my fingers here. So that way I can actually get close enough. Then I'm gonna take it and lift up my foil and just feather it up. So I'm gonna fold it, I'm gonna lift it up. I'm gonna hit my comb here, and then I'm gonna do it tight and lay it down.
Let me see how you fold the foil.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go do another slice here. Pin it up. So I'm gonna take my foil, and I'm gonna come at the bottom, and I'm just gonna flip it down like that. And I'm gonna put lightener here. I'm really gonna lay it down, let it catch. Take my fingers here, hold, and I'm gonna use her head for pressure. I'm just gonna go right where the foil is, and I'm gonna take my comb, my brush, and just kind of feather it up. I'm gonna fold one more. I'm gonna take this little lip here and tighten it. And then fold it. So I'm gonna do one more straight across like this, horizontal. I have to like speed that one up. Like, why did it take you so long? Fold, and tighten. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a piece down. It's going to be a little bit thicker, and I'm just going to weave this piece, and I'm going to leave this piece out. In the middle. So then I'm going to weave another piece back to back. Keep it straight. I'm going to weave it with my clip. And all these are just going horizontal. And I'm just going to keep going horizontal. So this next one I'm going to leave out. Drop that piece down. I'm going to take it and just weave across. And leave that piece in the middle.